Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to go absolutely wild for the 47th President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Shut that crap off. And I say that with respect to our great country. Well, what will be our great country eventually. Thank you for having me, Canada, or Toronto. Is this still part of Canada? Have we gotten it yet? I want to start on a note of peace, okay? We're going to be nice. We're going to be nice. This isn't my first time to Canada. I've seen all of Canada's beautiful city. And it's called Vancouver. So thank you. Thank you, Vancouver. Oh, they're trying to cancel me. But it's a great honor for you to have me here tonight. We're gonna do talk. We're gonna maybe even debate. It's called Q&A, not QAnon. But thank you. I see some of my guys out there. QAnon. We love QAnon. We love the QAnon, but this is Q&A. QAnon will be next week. But, oh, look at that. I didn't even know my own strength. It's a strong guy. That's a Sleepy Joe couldn't do that. Sleepy Joe. You never saw him lift a microphone. No, you didn't. So I'm here today on a diplomatic mission of peace. It's called peace. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have peace because we would totally kick the shit out of you in a war. So I'm actually doing you a favor by doing peace. And I noticed nobody said thank you. Strike one. Strike one for Toronto. Not doing too good right now, Toronto. Not too good. But I want you to be the 51st state. And that's a great honor. It's more, you're so concerned about, but we're Canada. Think of it like a marriage, okay? When you marry the United States, you take the United States name. It's very simple. Not one of these woke radical feminist countries that's like, no, I want to hyphenate it. Can I be known as Canada, United States? No, you can't. It's in the prenup. But if you don't move fast, you might be 52. You don't want to be behind Greenland. Because they will rub that crap in your face the rest of your lives. Hello, 52. We could have been 50. Well, it could have been 51. 51's so much better than 52. And if you don't move quickly, you'll probably be 69. My friend Elon Musk wrote that joke. He's a big fan of that one. But I will say this, I've been talking, before tonight, I want to do my research, okay? I want to understand these Canadian people. I don't get the Canadian bacon, first of all. It's called ham. Sir, this is a presidential stage. You have your foot on. That's a Secret Service violation. They can shoot you if you do that again. I don't make the rules, but they'll shoot you like a dog. But thank you for being here. Thank you. Great guy, strong guy up here. See, there's a strong guy. Probably not Canadian, if we're being honest. Because you're all elbows up. That's your threat. We're gonna get the elbows. You like the elbow? This guy's elbows up. This guy's elbows up, ass up. This elbows up. How stupid is that? In America, we fight with fists. Who the hell fights with elbows? Unless it's sort of, and I mean this with respect, a cripple. And I can tell you that, I can tell you this right now, I've beaten up a lot of cripples in my day. Almost undefeated, 12-1. The one guy, he was one of those, he just had that special needs strength, and he was He was tough. He was a tough guy. Very tough. But elbows up, fists up. We do fists up in America. That's your first lesson. And you're going to have an opportunity to ask me questions if you have the guts, which I'm not sure you do. But I also ran into I was actually in a homeless shelter this morning. This is a true story. It was called Tim Hortons. And thought of that one at 5:45 a.m. today. True story. True story. It's a true story. And I gotta say, you know, America runs on Duncan. You know this. America runs on Duncan. So, but I have to. This is a peace offering. If you join the United States, we will allow Tim Hortons to continue to exist. That's with no tariffs, no taxes, just continue. Because I ate their donuts. I ate 4 donuts this morning with the homeless population of Toronto. And they were all very tasty. I have to admit, they were very tasty. And my favorite one was called a sour cream glaze. How delicious is that? But I'm actually going to sue Tim Horton because we've already trademarked. That's what my wife Melatonin calls my cum. So, sour cream glaze, and I go, darling, do you even speak English? Anyway. But so we're going to see if maybe they can call that donut the Trump. So we'll see. But Tim Hortons, tasty donuts. So Tim Hortons can stay. Okay? You're welcome. You're welcome. I thought the Canadians were, thank you. Thank you. I thought you were nice people. Not so nice. Also, I'm concerned about book prices. I don't know if you know this, but whenever you buy a big book in the United States of America, you open up that flap, that's usually as far as I get, and you look at that price and it'll say US 35, and then right above it, like an arrogant northern asshole, Canada 40. How dare you? How dare you charge more for books? That stops today. That stops today. No more extra for books. No, who the hell even likes books? What the hell do we even need books for? But if you're going to have books, they shouldn't be more just because you're in a... I mean, unless you burn them for fire because it's so goddamn cold up here. It's called spring, Canada. It's called spring. And spring sprung 3 weeks ago. And nobody told Canada. Nobody told Toronto. Very sad. I'm also considering doing a celebrity exchange program. Because we've taken so many of your celebrities. They love the U.S., don't they? Do we love Wayne Gretzky here? How about Wayne Gretzky? We love... Cool. Elon told me you'd say cool, and he is cool. He's cool as ice. We say he's cool as ice. What a great player he is. What a great guy also. What a great guy. But we're keeping Gretzky. You can't have him back. No. You don't tell me I can keep him. I said I'm keeping him. I keep him. It's called president. You're not a president. We got Jim Carrey, but I don't like him. He can come back. So we'll exchange you Jim Carrey. And also, very generous of me, we have Pam Anderson, who for many years was a crown jewel in our theft of Canadian celebrities. But have you seen her lately? Darling, go up north, please. If you want to stay in America, please put the makeup on. Thank you. So we're giving you back Jim Carrey and Pam Anderson. That's a huge deal for you. If this were 1996, that would be a tremendous deal for Canada. And we're going to keep Mark O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful. Do we love this guy? What a great, cool. He is cool. He is cool as the other side of the pillow. He's a great friend of mine, great supporter. So we're going to keep him. So that's the trade. That's the trade. And we're going to take back Austin Matthews. Yes, you heard me correctly. We're taking back Austin Matthews. He's from Arizona. Arizona, where they make the cans of iced tea. Arizona. We're taking Austin Matthews back. He doesn't belong up here. He doesn't belong up here. He belongs in America. I mean, for God's sakes, he looks like a 50-year-old porn producer. Not a 27-year-old hockey player. Let him come back to the States. We'll put him in LA. He can play hockey and do porn at the same time. It just makes it's called sense. It's called sense. Okay, so we're taking him back. Enjoy Pam Anderson and Jim Carrey. And then your politicians, you don't have anybody as strong as me up here. You should want strength. If you had me as your president, an American president wouldn't be trying to take you over. Do you see? You got pretty boy Trudeau, who, by the way, is not that pretty. Okay? And my wife did not have sex with him. Okay? And I didn't catch my daughter Ivanka masturbating to him on the computer. Those are false rumors that you've heard. Maybe you haven't heard them yet, but those are false. Totally false rumors. And now you got Trudeau out of here with his pretty face and his bullshit. And now who do you have? The carny. Right? We call him corny. You got this guy. And who's the other guy? Pierre Pavella? Pierre Pepe Le Pew. You got Pepe Le Pew representing the conservatives and Cornball representing the liberals. You guys have no choice. Do you want a president or do you want to choose between those two people? You can have a real president, okay, instead of Pepe Le Pew and what's his name? Mark Corny. That's right. He's a big cornball. Now, I would respect, obviously this country has had strong conservatives in the past, family values, conservatives that I respect. Now, if you had nominated somebody like Chris Benoit for president, that's a tough guy. Whatever happened to him, by the way? Did I miss something? Okay, well, you know what? I don't follow the Toronto news, excuse me. Thought the warm-up guy would have eased you into that one, but apparently there were still limits for the woke people of Toronto. We'll move on. But I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about moving on, but we'll move on. Saying that guy would be tough in negotiations. That's all I'm saying. Instead, you got corny and you got... Now, when it comes to national anthems, obviously we're going to have a conflict here. Because, oh, Canada, it sounds like somebody's having sex with Canada. And the world will not respect your country if your national anthem sounds like a woman screaming out, "Oh, Canada!" No, we don't respect that. Star-Spangled Banner, it's all about bombs bursting in the air. That's a national anthem. Bombs, violence, the end. That's what we call a national anthem. And I mean, I like that, like, stand on guard for thee. Like, maybe we'll just take that line. Well, okay, so we will take that line and only that line and just add it on to the end of the national anthem. Okay? And the home of the brave, we stand on guard for thee. Let's play ball. And then we don't have to do that stupid thing when the teams meet up. And it's like, Jesus, we got to do 2 national anthems now? And you've been booing our national anthem, which is very disrespectful. Very nasty. Very nasty to boo our national anthem. No, that wasn't cool. I could tell the difference. You were booing the crap out of it. All because I want to wage economic warfare and destroy your country. Very simple things, and you decide we have to do the most disrespectful thing possible to a country and boo their song. Unforgivable. But I'm willing to forgive. Tonight, I'm willing to forgive. Now, there is a thing I didn't realize until I was walking around this city the last 2 days, and some of you may know it. Some of you may know this very well. I was very surprised. I thought more north you go. First of all, congratulations on the buildings. I thought it would have been all igloos up here, but you've got buildings. Some of them go very tall. Congratulations, Toronto. Good for you. Very nice. Welcome to the 1950s. Well, of course you do. Where are you going to put all those people from Tim Hortons? Callback, that's what comedians call a callback. Not too quick in Toronto. It's all the cold weather. It's frozen your brains. But walking around this city, I was looking around and there were some nice-looking women, so we respect that. But I also noticed a lot of, let's be nice, diversity. A little too much. I think it was quite a lot of diversity. It was almost veering into equity also. You were getting diversity and equity, and God forbid we see some inclusion. I'll kill this treaty so fast your head will spin. But well, that's what diversity, equity, and inclusion stands for, sir. Thank you. Thank you for shortening that. I appreciate that. But I will say this, I was very surprised. Because, like my favorite countries on earth, of course, are in Scandinavia. Where they're 109% white. They're just nice. We like those countries. Those are great immigrants over there. Those are great people. Bikini teams and hockey players and no crime, no drugs, no DEI. We love that. But I was looking around Toronto and I was like, where the hell am I? New York City? This is a scary amount of diversity. Some of my people are not going to want to join if they see this. They're going to say, no, sir, I don't think you should get Toronto. It's too diverse. And where diversity goes, wokeness follows. So I think you just have to do something about that, is all I'm saying. However you choose, it's up to you. We often use police. Police can be helpful in terms of that. So, ICE. But up here, people would be confused if you said ICE. What's like? Up here, you got to say the polar caps are coming to take the immigrants because you gotta go colder. So, but I will say this, and this is a warning to all of you. This is a warning in case you think I'm exaggerating. Not taking total truths up here. I found out I have good intel from our State Department because obviously they're tracking me as I come to the city here. They got to, Secret Service. They got to follow you everywhere. They got to do their research. They got to say, sir, we have to look up, sir. And then they look up that info and they find the people who are threats. And I found out that last night, in this very city, and there was intel that this person might be at this club. A person accused of sexual assault 18 times from a foreign country was going to be in this club tonight. So the threat is real. The threat is real. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's actually very serious. I mean, look at these. They're laughing at this. There is a menace, a monster in this room right now who has been accused of sexual assault all over the place. Many years, never been caught. And you let him walk in. You let him walk in. Your customs didn't do shit. Security at the club didn't do anything. So only I can protect you from a threat like that. Your country has become weak, and we don't want you to be weak. We want you to be strong. We want you to be strong. Well, we might grab something. We'll grab something by something, that I'll tell you. But I want Canada to win again. You haven't won. You're not winning. The Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup last year. You don't win in Canada anymore. You don't win. It's sad. It's like your game and you can't win it. What the hell? I think it's because of the Stanley Cup. You worship that cup. It's a piece of silver crap. I will build you a Trump cup, gold. Gold is better than silver. You've been walking around for a century holding up a second place looking trophy like it's the greatest thing in the world. We're going to give you the Trump cup, gold. And if you're very nice, we might even give you the Trump Platinum cup, which is even better than gold. But you don't win anymore. You gotta win. You gotta win. I want to make Canada polite again. People liked you because you were polite. You said "a" and "a boot" and "thank you" and "yes, tax us more, government. We don't mind." We're polite people. And now you're doing nasty things like booing anthems. It's a horrible thing. Your country is going through a very horrible phase right now. We want to make you win. We want to make you polite. And we want to make Canada grateful again. We want to make you grateful again. That you have such a great neighbor, a tremendous neighbor right south of you, protecting you, taking care of you, giving you warmth instead of this incredibly cold April. So, by your stunned silence, I think everybody is on board. But obviously now, we're going to open it up to people who are brave enough and smart enough, by the way. No stupid questions. To ask your future president anything you want so that we can make this happen. We got to make it. We got to make it happen. Look at that. Look at that giant plate of, what is that? What are those, Canadian nachos? Oh boy, yeah, we got better nachos in America for you. We love cheese. We love so much cheese. Each nacho tray could kill you in America. That's how much we love our cheese. But, all right, who's got questions? I'll keep talking. I'll give you more. Oh, do we have a mic? We don't have a microphone for that. Okay, well, yell out your question, sir.
What's your strategy with the tariffs?
My strategy with the tariffs, he wants to know. He said, what's my strategy? My strategy is, did you not see my strategy? I said, no stupid questions, but that one was pretty stupid. It's very, excuse me. It's very simple. It's very simple what we do, okay? I don't know what kind of economics they're teaching at McGill or whatever you think your good schools are up here, but it's very simple. We put tariffs on everybody, and then the economy tanks. Okay, you following so far? We do tariffs, and it tanks. Then I send out a Truth Social post saying, now would be a good time to buy. And all my wealthy friends buy up a tremendous amount of stock. And then I say, no more tariffs. And it shoots up like a rocket, like one of Elon's rockets. It just goes like a big rocket. It just goes right flying up into the sky. And so after that whole beautiful process, we only cost the economy 2%. It's almost like a commission fee. So it's, that's the tariff policy. And we might have to do it again 90 days from now. Instead of, we have a show, I don't know if you have it up here. It's called 90 Day Fiancé. Yeah, well, we're calling this 90 Day Tariff. And in 90 days, maybe we bring the tariffs back and some foreign lady with fake tits cries. Who knows? Sort of a hybrid of the two. So there, tariffs explained. Done. Were you raising your hand?
When's Shady Vance coming up?
Who? Cheney? Oh, J.D. Vance. I thought he said Cheney pants, and I said, I don't want to know what Dick Cheney has in his pants. Well, J.D. Vance. Do we love J.D. Vance? How great is J.D. Vance? What a great guy he is. He is, no, it's cool. He's not cool. I would say he's not cool, but he's a great J.D. Vance will eventually come up here with his wife. He wanted me to scout it out, and I've seen enough brown people that his wife will feel safe. Because when they go to certain parts of America, boy, oh boy, do they not like him showing up with his wife. But J.D. Vance will be here soon. He looks like he's already been eating a lot of Tim Hortons. He's got that big face. But he's going to come up here. He's like the closer. Do you follow baseball here? You got the Blue Jays, right? You got the Blue Jays? We love the Blue. Do we love the Blue Jays? Okay. All right, fair enough. Sky Dome, don't say the. People get upset. I said, are you going to the Sky Dome? And they said, don't say the, sir. It's just called Sky Dome. And I once had sex in the hotel in center field in Sky Dome during a game. Curtains open. It was the best 19 seconds of her life. Very strong performance. But J.D. Vance, he's what we call the closer, okay? Obviously, I make the deals, but when we need to convince a community that they're stupid and horrible and they need to be condescended, that's a big word, condescended. When they need to be condescended to, we send in J.D. Vance and he comes in with the arrogant heat. So I'm being nice to you guys. J.D. Vance would just be lecturing you about how you're wasting your lives. So we're waiting on that. He'll be here soon, though. We'll get him here soon. But oh, yes, sir. Thank you for look at that raising
I'm just wondering who's banging Melania.
Get him out! Normally I would say get him out, but you know what? We don't do. No. I'm going to answer his question.
It was just a salute.
Oh, like an Elon Musk. Okay. So, my wife Melatonin is a very faithful Christian woman who is loyal and faithful to her great husband, me. That's me. And there is a level on her OnlyFans, though. That at the platinum level, that's $5,000 a month membership, where she will do hand stuff with powerful businessmen to make deals, So, but right now she is just home, wherever that is, with her son Brendan, who's a very tall guy. Seems like a good guy. We've talked a couple of times, but no, that I could tell that was a nasty question. But no, Mesopotamia is very faithful. She is a great Christian woman. I'm going to go here, and then you, sir. Thank you.
Now that you're president and you're busier, do you find it more difficult to have regular sex?
If you didn't hear, now that I am president and very busy, thank you for acknowledging that it's not all golf trips. Am I able to have regular sex? I thought Toronto was nice. Everybody's sex. It's the cold weather, isn't it? It's the cold weather. Everybody's in their fur coats, wondering what's underneath because it's so cold. But I am able to have, well, I wouldn't say I have regular sex because I'm very talented. But thank you. I knew this side of the room wasn't woke. This side of the room, very woke. But we have our, Mylanta and I have our one, in the prenup, we have one required session per month. Per month. So we're still doing that, and a gentleman never tells about the other stuff, but many other MAGA women visit me at Mar-a-Lago. And I'll leave it at that. I don't kiss and tell. Because the women I bring say kissing's not allowed. So you don't kiss and tell. In that industry, they're very anti-kissing. Pro-fuck, anti-kiss. So we don't do that. Who had? I see a question in the back. Oh no, sir.
Yeah, just to follow up. How'd you get off on all those sexual assault charges?
With lotion. He said. If you didn't hear, he said, "How did you get off, sir?" I didn't hear the sir. I think it was implied, sir. He said, "Sir, how did you get off on all those sexual assault charges?" And I said, "With lotion. I would wake up in the morning, turn on the news, get some tissues, and, you know, it was like hearing like a romance novel read back to me." And then he said, "You're not going anywhere." Oh. So, all right, that was another Chris Benoit moment. Okay, 2 strikes against the president. We got a question in the back. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Thank you. You hear that? Everybody hear that? Okay. From now, it's like Simon Says, except it's called Sir.
Do you think you can beat Putin at golf?
Oh, could I beat Putin at golf? Putin's a tough guy. He's a great guy, great friend. Very talented guy. But as you can imagine, in Russia, not a lot of golf going on. Now, he could beat me in a murder competition. Very strongly, I like to win. I like to win so much. I hate to admit loss, but oh boy, if it was a murder contest, he would win. He's done so many murders. He's a talented murderer. He's a great murder. I mean, he'll murder kids. He'll murder politicians. He's a real killer, and I mean that literally. But in golf, I would destroy him in golf. So I think that's just because obviously at Mar-a-Lago I have great golf properties, and just like he has a lot of prisons to murder people. So it's more like a home field advantage sort of thing. But I think if there was like a game 7, if it was like a dual event, like murder golf, I think I would beat him at golf worse than he would beat me at murder. I think I'd show up and do a few murders, but I think I'd destroy him at golf. But you have to make sure he doesn't kill his caddy after to get like the extra murder. He's a very crafty guy that way. Thank you for the Thank you. I'm gonna go bat, boom, bang.
So I'm a huge fan.
No, you were not bat, boom, or bang. You were tariff guy. We'll get back to you. You, sir.
I have a 2-part question.
Well, you can ask one part. We don't, art of the deal, you don't do 2-for-1s. No 2-for-1s. You better figure out how to make that one question or else you're in big trouble. I get Putin in here so fast.
Sir, if Canada became the 51st state, which is much bigger than the United States anyway, you'd never win again. We're mainly liberal here. What would you do?
I don't know if you know this, but ice and trees can't vote. It's called people. It's called people vote. Now, you'd have 2 woke senators, probably. Maybe you'd send Corny and... maybe you just send both of them to the Senate. But you'd get some representatives. You'd get some... But we'd probably have some good truckers against Trudeau showing up and voting MAGA. So I don't think it would be as big a blowout as you think. But no, we're prepared for that because we want the natural resources. Okay, Canada is like a beautiful woman. Okay? I don't want to hear you talk. I don't want to hear you think. I just want to use up your precious resources. That's all. And they say I'm not romantic. That's called romance. That's called presidential romance. Oh boy. I see all the ladies getting very excited right now. Now there was Bob.
Mr. President, are you really winning all those golf tournaments down in Florida, or are your opponents letting you win?
What a nasty question. Who the hell let him in? Okay, it's very simple. When I golf against Tiger Woods, and I beat Tiger Woods, who, as you know, is a top-tier golfer, you don't think I can beat somebody worse than Tiger Woods? Some guy who has money? I can beat... If I've beaten Tiger Woods, he told me not to say this. And I said, only if somebody in Toronto questions... Only if somebody in Toronto questions my golf integrity, and somebody has questioned it. I beat Tiger Woods twice, and I kept it a secret because, bless you, Trump bless you. I kept it a secret. Excuse me. I kept... I kept it a secret out of, humility, which people know me to be a very humble person. But if I've beaten Tiger Woods, then you can imagine I can beat a lot of these other people, okay? And then where was Boom? Who had Boom? Hello, Boom.
If we became the 51st state, would you permit the Leafs to win the cup?
Well, here's the problem with that. Austin Matthews would be in LA. So you're missing one of your goal scorers. I think you'd still have that guy with the weird head. Nyland? Is he here? Huh? You have a nice team. There's no permit. We want fair competition. Fair competition. So Toronto would have as good a chance as they've always had, which is basically none. But we would not stop them. We would not stop them from winning. We'd say, go ahead, try to win. We'll see what happens. But Austin Matthews is producing porn films in Los Angeles in the off season, so in case anybody forgets, that was a callback, not that he's actually doing it. Anybody, wait, this side of the room's very, well, we'll get you in a second. This was your friend asked a very rude question. Professor, you look like a professor.
So who's going to be your appointment to the Supreme Court if you get the pick?
Great question. That's a great question. Now, let me tell you something. When I push Sonia Sotomayor down the stairs, hot mic, that's what they do in Toronto. They get you on a hot mic to get you caught doing something, and that's when one of the liberal justices passes away by total and complete, it's called total accident. The people I would think of putting on the court, I want to think a little bit outside the box. Obviously, we have great judges. We've put great conservative judges in many places. I would think of possibly Judge Jeanine Pirro. She's a very aggressive conservative and a tremendous happy hour participant as well. But I also think I want somebody who just has a good sense of the law and the Constitution. They don't have to necessarily be a lawyer, but somebody who understands the people. So obviously Justice Kid Rock would be, I think. Can you imagine Kid Rock just going in there? He is cool. What a tremendous choice he would be on the court. Justice Kid Rock. I think that I might go that route. I might go with Kid Rock. I don't know I don't think his name is Kid or Rock, but if he wanted to be known as Justice Kid Rock, that'd be okay. I'm gonna go there first.
Canada became the 51st state.
Look at it. Hold on. Look at everybody. Everybody's like, you see how everybody wants to be the 51st state? When all of a sudden you get on social media and you're like, no way, Mr. President, sir, no. But all of a sudden you're asking a lot of good questions, so you see the value in it. Continue. I just wanted to point that out. Very strong.
When Doug Ford becomes leader and he faces you for president and he beats you.
When who becomes leader?
Doug Ford.
Who? Oh, well, I know I'm not supposed to say, he had a brother, right? He had a brother? I know I'm not, you know what, I had a brother, no, excuse me. You think this is going, I had a brother that I lost to substance abuse, so I'm very sensitive to that. For me, it worked out because when my older brother died, I became my father's favorite, so I was like, cool. It kind of worked out for me very strongly, but, I don't think we have Fords in America. They're called cars, and we drive them. We don't let them rule us. Okay? Now, I welcome the challenge, but he would lose, and he would lose like a dog. He would blow up like a Ford Pinto. All right, other questions? Let me go here. Yes, sir.
What was the debrief like after the assassination attempt? What are you doing now?
Finally, somebody brought up that special sacred day. In Butler, Pennsylvania, a holy land in America, they will have pilgrims going there to worship there at the Miracle at Butler, Pennsylvania. The Miracle, when the bullet just hit my ear, and killed some guy right behind me. A precious, God-given miracle where I turned. It was a beautiful thing because I was about to complain about immigrants. We had a big, beautiful chart, and I was about to say, these filthy, and then that little turn, that little anti-immigrant hatred moment saved my life. That God looked down and said, I love the fact that he hates immigrants. I love it so much. I will spare him and kill the guy right behind him. Right behind him. It was a sacred day. It was a beautiful day for everybody except the guy right behind me. But it was a beautiful day where the Lord said, you are the chosen one. And the briefing after was very simple. My pastor came in and said, God did it, and that was it. And the nerdy guy with military precision aim, he's dead. So there was really nothing to debrief. Although melatonin did debrief me that night because she was really turned on by the way I dodged that bullet. It was like Trump Matrix. I was like, immigrants. Dead guy, not me. But I said fight. Remember when I said fight? Remember that? Fight. I actually wanted to do my dance, but the Secret Service said, I think there's a guy behind you dying. Maybe just say fight. Don't dance. That's a little too much. A little too much. Don't dance. And I said, okay, no dance. We'll dance tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, sir. The show's co-writer. How can I help you, sir?
Mr. President, sir, are you still going to go after Hillary?
Crooked Hillary. That's right. Use your proper name. Crooked Hillary. We're going to go. Crooked Hillary. We're going to get Crooked Hillary like you wouldn't believe. She's posting nasty things on social media. I think those should be illegal. I mean, we have free speech, but it goes too far when you insult me. We got to have limits. We got to have limits on free speech for safety of me, for my safety. So we're looking into it. We haven't decided yet because first we have a lot of good things we have to do so far. We have to, keep canceling funding for special needs kids in America and, canceling Social Security and all these other things you'll learn about. That'll be great when you join our country. In fact, you don't even have to learn about them because they're going to be gone. You'll have hockey and great American movies. That's all you have. And hot dogs. Do you have hot dogs up here? Okay, well, those are ours. Okay, should have said thank you. I saw a question in the way back. Hello, person. Hello, man.
How many terms do you tend to have here?
Oh, how many terms? It's a great question. Was that your question? Is that your way of saying that was my question, sir? Trying to steal her credit? You're trying to steal? Look at the tariff guy. He's like, I like that question better. Can I take her question? No, you can't. Excuse me, you can't take her question. You're not allowed. Not allowed to take. Well, I would say this. We're obviously looking at a third term, okay? I think a third term is pretty much guaranteed. But after that, I'll be like... I'll be a big number after that, a big number, and I might want to retire and get back into business at that. So I'd say 3 with an option for a 4th. I agree, it is cool. Yes, sir, up front.
Who would you say is more displeased with you, the Canadians or your wife?
Well, you can see here the Canadians love me. Have you not seen this? The Canadians are like, why can't we have this guy? Why can't we have Trump? We got to choose between corny and So I would say Canadians are very happy with me, but mashed potatoes is even happier with me because we've sort of opened up the relationship a little bit. And by open it up, meaning I have sex with a lot of other women, and I leave her alone. And you know what they say, happy husband, happy life. So I think she's doing great. You know, her son, Brendan, is in college, and you know, she's happy with him. You know, she's a mother. She's a nude model first, mother second. Okay, she's a nude model first, sex worker second, mother third, wife fourth. So she's got her priorities in order. That's important. Yes. Oh wait, would this be your second question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then no. I'll get back to you right there, sir. Yes.
How do you feel about Rosie O'Donnell?
Let me tell you something about Rosie O'Donnell. She's now in Ireland. She's in Ireland. She's fled. She's fled the country. She's gone to Ireland. And I feel bad for Ireland. That's all I'll say. They must need more leprechauns there because they got a big, ugly batch of bad luck when Rosie O'Donnell arrived in Ireland. The luck of the Irish just ran out. So good luck, Ireland. Good luck with Rosie O'Donnell. She's got a nice Irish name and a face for the farm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Other than the United States, what's your favorite country?
That's a nice question. Thank you, sir. I like that. That's a nice question. We call that a nice question. I would say my favorite country, other than the United States, Thailand. It's a great country full of culture. And my great friend, rest in peace, Jeffrey Epstein, we used to vacation there together, so it's a great respect for Thailand. Wonderful place, great people. Is there any chance I could get a bottle of water, please, if that's possible? It's very hot convincing these Canadians to do what's smart. Well, this table is gonna. You want to complete the table? Look at this. We're gonna go 3 for 3. Hold on. All right, you aggressive center person.
Mr. President, I'd like to tell you that you and your Vice President, Elton Muskrat, are doing an amazing job. And
Thank you. You hear this? Oh, thank you. Very nice. Oh.
what I want to know is, are you...
Hold on. It's heavy. You got heavy. Hold on for 1 second. All that work with the personal trainer has paid off. Thought you were going to fool me with that heavy Canadian water? Nope, not this president. You were talking about me and my great friend Elon Musk.
Yes, you guys are doing such a great job. Are you going to try to change the American Constitution so you can be a leader like Vladimir Rasputin or Genghis Chaka Khan?
Yes, to answer your question. I love that question. That is a strong supporter. Thank you. Canada could learn a lot from you. We think Elon is doing a great job. I think all of you agree he's doing a great job. And if we could change the Constitution to let him be president, I think that would be a great thing. And I'm not saying it would happen. Obviously, it may not happen. It's called voting. But if we could, I think he would make a strong president. I think he could be strong. So everything's on the table right now. And when we welcome in Canada as the 51st state, obviously you'll be able to weigh in terms of what changes you'd like to see in our great country. So whose glass? Was that your glass? Who's making that noise? All right, next question. Who's got a question? We're going to go you, and then you, sir.
Mr. President, sir, your second wife, Marla Maples, has been quoted as saying that you were the absolute best, ultimate, beyond all time, stunningly, ultimate, best lover she has ever had.
Yes.
Do you have any more thoughts on that matter?
Well, you know what? She was a wonderful lady. Obviously, I delivered tremendous passion to her. Because honestly, and people don't like to say this, they don't like to say this, but this is the truth. There's nothing like sex with another woman when your wife is in the other room. The sort of, the tension, it's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. And, but then she had told me, unfortunately, we had to break up the relationship, despite the great passion, because she had told me she was pregnant, and I had a punch card for Planned Parenthood, and the 10th one was free, and it was my 10th one. And so I gave it, no, excuse me, this is a true story. I gave her the punch card, and I said, here, and she got very offended that I was using the freebie on her. She said, you don't think I'm worth a check, a personal check, Donald? And I said, well, what the hell would I do that for? It's the free one. So I gave her the card, and she threw it out and had the baby. And now we're stuck with Tiffany. So when she, it's about honesty. You gotta have honesty in a relationship. And that was very dishonest of her, so she had to settle for less than spectacular, greatest ever of all time ultimate sex. Okay, we found a third topic that this crowd gets very tense on. Okay, you know what? I didn't expect about 1,000 in Toronto. Yes. Oh no, wait. You're next. Who did I say? You're next. Hello, sir.
Mr. President, sir, we heard that you're sending Danielle Smith to that island where the penguins are. Why are you putting a tariff on all the penguins? Is that Danielle Smith's new province?
Who is Danielle Smith? Remind me. Oh yeah. Well, I guess if they're pro-MAGA, I like them. That's there's so many pro-MAGA people. We call them pro-Magnon, and they're very strong. That's a nice archaeology joke. So the penguins, though, we're looking into the penguins. We're thinking about maybe sending some bombs to the Penguin Island because they were very disrespectful. They didn't even return my phone calls when I said, let's talk. You want to talk? You want to negotiate tariffs? Then call me. And they just went, mat, 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 which was basically mocking me. They were basically mocking me. So let's see who gets mocked. Okay, March of the Penguins is going to become funeral for the penguins. So we'll see. Who did I say? I said you, sir, next to complete the table.
Yes. What kind of fantasies would you have with Ivanka?
What kind of fantasies do I have with Ivanka? That is an outrageous question. Our love is a sort of pure love. It's not some dirty fantasy. It's a very father-daughter love. Very father-daughter love. I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to ignore how nasty that was. So, as you know, my daughter, maybe you don't know my daughter, Ivanka, was a very tall, beautiful Christian, and then she met Jared Kushner and decided to convert to Jewishness. And I was okay with that. It was a good deal. Obviously, it was like their family had great real estate holdings. We had great real estate holdings. And so I was all for it. And it was also like, what the hell did we get in return? The Jewish people got Ivanka, one of the hottest women. I say this as a father. One of the hottest, sexiest, bangingest body bitches on the planet as a father. Well, it's true. It's true. And we got Kushner. And that's why I always say the Jewish people do the best deals. We got Kushner, they got Ivanka. That's a tremendously awful deal. But the nice thing about it was she was, anybody have any Jewish people here have a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah? Anybody here? You had a bar mitzvah? Okay, we love the bar mitzvahs were the best. I love bar mitzvahs. It's like going to a wedding, but for 13-year-olds. It was very cool. But the nice thing about Ivanka, at 13, it's, whatever. It's some kids having a party. But she got bat mitzvahed at like 29. That was a hot piece of Jewish ass. I say that as a father. I said, and they adjusted the custom. They allowed me to do a father-daughter dance at the bat mitzvah. So we, of course, played Too Close by Next. If you know that song. It's a great, very, very loving father-daughter type song. Please, if you don't know the song, you'll really enjoy it if you just write that down and Spotify it when you get home. It's a great song, very romantic, father-daughter way. Yes, sir. You, sir.
Mr. President, where did you get your fashion sense?
Oh, well, thank you. See, sometimes Canadians ask nice questions. It's a guru, like a Andrew Tate. Okay, that's just, he sort of gave me fashion advice. Okay, if you know him, he's a great guy, very talented, kickboxer, sort of a men's rights kind of influencer. And he said to me, sir, in his like weird sort of like, what accent is that? Sir? And I said, yes, Andrew. And he said, what you want to do, sir, is you want your tie to point directly at your penis so that these filthy women will go right for your dick. And I said, that's a good idea. So that's why. It's like an arrow. It's like, that's why, you got to get it real long and you just say right there. It's like a sign for all the women. So obviously I wear power suits, but the tie is the real key. You see too many people just holding the tie right to the belt. That's old-fashioned advice. Andrew Tate fashion says, right to the dick. All in his accent. Right to the dick, sir. Yes, you, right there.
Mr. President, what were you and President Obama joking about at Jimmy Carter's funeral? Oh.
What were me and Obama joking about? Well, that's a good question. It was, I didn't actually say anything funny. I think, but you know how sometimes stupid people will laugh when they think they don't get it. So they're like, oh, I guess that's funny. Well, what he I had said to him very, very strongly, I said, Jimmy Carter didn't seem like such a bad guy, bad president, but a decent guy. But he really wasted his time building all those homes for homeless people. He could have done so much more as an ex-president, and he just laughed at that. And then I laughed, but you be polite. It's a funeral. It's a funeral, so if one person laughs, you laugh. That's a funeral rule. Everybody knows that. So, okay, yes, wait, I just want to see if there are any first-time question people. Are you a first-time question person? First-time question person.
So, I understand that Roy Cohn, former Trump lawyer Roy Cohn, had an indelible impression on you. Just want to understand that a little better. Did he have a big influence on your life?
There was a very nasty movie that came out that really bombed like a dog recently called The Apprentice. I didn't know Roy Cohn. I knew him. I'm not going to say I didn't know him, but he was a lawyer. He did some work for me, and then he got AIDS, and I lost his phone number. And all of a sudden, they want to say that we're very closely. You know what I didn't like about that movie, though? They had a scene. Okay, brace yourself. It's in the movie where they show me sexually assaulting my first wife, Ivana. They showed me sexually in this movie, this horrible movie. And I lasted like 15 seconds. And I thought, how do you show that to people? I lasted over a minute. And they would make me look so horrible. that I would be a quick sexual assaulter. It's disgusting what they'll do it's disgusting what they do in Hollywood. It's a real nasty thing they do, and they should be ashamed of themselves. But I barely knew him. He got AIDS. The end. Yes, sir.
If the First Lady were here right now, what would she say to us?
Okay. I've been working on a Madagascar impression. So here it goes. Hello? Can I have full bottle vodka? And cup of ice? It's a pretty good impression. Pretty good at impressions. Very talented. Were you going to ask a question, sir?
Yeah, I was thinking since Melania and Ivanka had the dalliances with Justin Trudeau, have you ever considered looking up his mother, Maggie, too?
So I'll repeat that. Calm down over there. I'll repeat the question. He said and he brought up the very nasty fake rumors of Ivanka and my wife, Manhattan, having affairs with Justin Trudeau, which is completely false. But as revenge, hypothetically, would I sleep with Justin Trudeau's mother? Who's Maggie? That's his mother? Well, I can do doing the math, I'd say she's... I would say she's too old for me to do that. She's a what? Well, she sounds like a funeral party. But perhaps if there is a nice 23-year-old in Justin's family, maybe I could talk to her. That would be interesting. But we'll see. But no, those are false and nasty rumors, and they are not true, I think. Yes, sir, yeah.
Do you ever miss Mike Pence?
Let me tell you something about Mike Pence. And I never got credit from the LGBTQ community for appointing the first gay vice president. Never got credit. You're being very loud. I'm going to send polar caps in here to get you. So, but Mike Pence was very loyal. But here's the thing, okay? Loyalty. It's very important. We all agree on that. Loyalty. When you're close to people, you want them to be loyal. You gotta have loyalty. We love loyalty. But with Mike Pence, he was loyal when it was easy. He was loyal when it was easy, when it was deport people, separate families from kids. He was like, yes, sir. When I said, Mike, you're doing too good a job at the COVID briefings, let me talk and instruct people to inject themselves with disinfectant. And he said, yes, sir. Those are the easy tests. Those are very simple tests. But when a simple little thing on a day we call January 6th, a little thing like stop the vote against the Constitution, he didn't do it. And when my supporters, my peaceful supporters, were willing to go home peacefully if they could just hang him to death, instead of saying, yes, sir, all of a sudden he became very disloyal and he ran like a dog. So he could have saved our country two ways that day. He could have overturned the fake election, or he could have said, I'm right here, fellas. And then they would have hanged him and left. So I liked Mike Pence for very much of our time as a team. But when the going got tough, the Pence got going. And so we do not forgive his disloyalty. Never.
Does Donald Trump Jr. have a coke problem?
Does Donald Trump Jr. have a coke problem? Now, unlike a lot of these nasty rumors people have been talking about my family, Donald Trump Jr. does in fact have a tremendous coke problem. You know, the reason, this is a true story, okay, I'm sharing this with you guys only because I think you're going to become our 51st state. But when Donald Trump and his girlfriend, Kim Gargoyle, broke up, the reason for the breakup was because he was asking her to have sex with people in exchange for his drugs. Like he would bring her to drug dealers and say, I can't give you money because I'm the president's son. But you know what's untraceable? Railing my girlfriend. And the thing is about Kim Gargoyle, she was already railing his drug dealer behind his back. But she didn't like the sort of trade aspect to it. And so they broke up because she said, I will do this on my own, but not as a bargaining chip. It's called integrity. That's what I always liked about Kim Gargoyle. But now she's in Greece doing God knows what with whatever hairy diner owners are over there. But I wish her luck. I wish her great luck. A lot of luck and a lot of fuck. Yes, sir.
Fox News. How is your relationship with Kanye West?
Did I just have a stroke, or did he say Fox News and then ask a question? I will answer the question part of your question. My relationship with Kanye is not as good as it was. Not as good as it was. You know, he's been doing many anti-Semitic things in public. And that's a no-no for me. You do it in public, that's a no-no. You do it in private, we can talk. But public can't be associated with that. So it's a little strained right now, but I do like inviting him over because I love looking at his naked wife. Because it's not cheating if she's just naked. If she just, oh, Kanye's here for dinner. He's in clan robes and she's in air. Very nice. Together they make an outfit. We love that. We love Kanye's wife. Kanye is a little tough right now, but Kanye's wife is quite a work of art. She's an architecture person. What do they call that? A person who does, an architect. Did you just make that word up, or is that a word? I don't know, is that like in Canada, like where they say lift in England, all of a sudden they have different words? But I'll say an architect person, I'll combine it. Can you imagine working at that architecture firm? You walk in and you're trying to design a school for disadvantaged children, and all of a sudden there's just a naked woman drawing plans, and you just start going, whatever, I'm sure it'll be fine. Next thing you know, you got 500 dead kids and a naked architect. Oh well, probably worth it anyway. All right, we've been tough on Tariff Guy. I gotta ask Tariff Guy what he's got.
Why did they try to bury what was on Hunter Biden's laptop?
Hunter Biden's laptop, the greatest scandal in American history. They wanted to bury it because they say it's because he was having sex with hookers on video. And, I could tell by Don Jr.'s tears when he was watching the contents of the laptop that Hunter had a much bigger dick than Don Jr. And that was probably what was actually, because you wouldn't hide that if you're Hunter Biden. You're like, hey, everybody, look. It's because he had information about his dad. That's why we looked at it. He was corrupt, and it was corruption, and there was a tremendous amount of corrupt things. Because when I turned on the computer, it said files are corrupted, and so that's how you knew it was full of corruption. And they didn't want you to say. They were like, no, we can't let them see the corrupted files. And I remember Eric said to me, Dad, sir, because they have to call me sir also. He said, Dad, sir. President, Dad, sir. And I said, what? And he said, sometimes that might just mean like there were porn files that ruined the computer. And I said, no, it said corrupted. I know what that means. It's called corrupt. What's the time? Somebody give me a time right now. Holy shit. All right, well, I'm going to say two things. If you want photos with your president, or just to say hi, if you've been a fan of mine, which I know so much of Canada is, I will stay here all night if I have to. Sorry, staff. Or we can go to my Tim Hortons. Some of the seats might be occupied, though. Just bring some sanitizing wipes. But if you want, and these have lost a little bit of value, but it's still a nice memento of what could have been in my country. I have a few more Make Prison Great Again hats. So I don't even know what the hell Canadian money is, but I guess I'll take some of it. You can fool me. You can be like, sir, this is 100 Canadian dollars. And then I'll show up to Tim Hortons and they'll go, that doesn't even buy you half a donut. But yeah, pictures and all that, and it's been a great honor for you to have me here, so you're welcome. But I'll take two more questions. The staff has been patient. You've been a wonderful, very respectful audience. I gotta see if there's new questions. I think we have two new questions here. I'm sorry. It's called fair. Yes, sir.
How's RFK doing?
Well, he's dead. I don't know if you know this, but RFK Jr. is doing very well. I think, well, yet when I hear RFK Jr. speak, I sometimes think, are you sure you're not the dead one? He sounds like a guy autoerotic asphyxiating right before the moment, right before it happens. Just. Vaccines are not healthy. Vaccines are not good for you. You should take vaccines. You should get natural immunity. That's my RFK Jr. impression. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. I love that one. We love it. I promised. Well, maybe. If this is a quickie. Sir?
Canada's really cold. How are you going to handle the problem of shrinkage?
Well, when you've got millimeters to spare, you don't worry about shrinkage, okay?
Stay in Washington, stay in Florida.
So, well, I am going to stay in Florida, but I'm still going to take over your country, and we're coming for you first. Person who shouts out during a very respectful diplomatic exchange. You had a question, ma'am.
Yes, if we do become the 51st state, what will you do about French language in Canada?
Oh, it's gone. Okay, first of all, sorry, Pierre. I know you're the conservative, but your name is the first to go. We're calling you Peter P. If we take over your country. But I will say this. We just made English the official language of the United States of America. And that was tough because as much as I say things against Spanish-speaking people, they have a tremendous amount of hot women in the Spanish community. But not only is French a more annoying language, but their women are very hairy. So not only will the French language go bye-bye, we'll probably send the French people away as well. And with that, I think that's my time, everybody. You have been wonderful. 51st state, everybody. 51st state. Thank you.